Welcome to the Valdosta Daily Times Online. I'm your host, news reporter Caitlin Barker. With hurricane season upon us, it's best to be prepared. So I stopped by the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners to speak to Public Information Officer Paige Dukes about tips on how to stay safe.
Hurricane season begins in the 1st of June and it lasts all the way through the end of November. We start preparing here in Lowndes County from an infrastructure standpoint during the months of April and May. That's time for us to take inventory on all the supplies that we may need if our community should be hit. Also, we make sure that there's plenty of sandbags and start encouraging citizens to make sure that they're up to date on their preparedness as well. Citizens who want to make sure that they've got every tool possible in their preparedness toolbox can go to a website, which is www.ready.ga.gov. This is an effort by Georgia Emergency Management that is put together with the Ad Council to have checklists available for citizens, regardless of whether they're preparing their homes or their businesses, to really make sure that all of the bases are covered for any type of storm, but certainly a hurricane. In the event that we have something significant that was unexpected, we have made sand available before for people to come out and be able to fill their bags. One of the things that you can really do is make sure that your property is maintained in advance of those storms. Make sure that you're up to date on your flood insurance. Sandbagging can be effective with a small amount of water for a short period of time. However, it's not something long term that's going to hold a tremendous amount of water out of your house, and we've seen that before. So it can be, a band-aid in the short term, but you really need to make sure that your insurance is up to date. You need to be prepared to sustain yourself for 72 hours in the event that there is a storm. It can take that long for assistance to arrive. So you need to make sure you've got plenty of water, batteries, diapers, formula, first aid supplies, cleaning supplies, certainly medications. You need to make sure that you have all of your home's paperwork and all of your family's paperwork in order. Make sure you have insurance cards and that your insurance papers are where you can find them. The National Weather Service has some very good statistics that you can find on their website regarding how many storms our area has experienced for decades. One of the things that was recently pointed out by one of the meteorologists whenever Emergency Management received their annual update regarding the forecast for the upcoming season is that we're kind of in a pocket here, and we see that with other weather patterns as well. The storms will hit the Gulf Coast especially, and then what we get are, is kind of the fallout from that. It would take a very specific hit of a very large storm to give us those hurricane impact actual winds and the rain here in Lowndes County. The flip side of that is as those storms start to dissipate and move through our area, they can slow down, and when they slow down, they can still have a lot of water and we can get a lot of rain. So we can deal with localized flooding, much of what we will get from the current tropical storm, where some of our local infrastructure it'll take a little time for that water to drain off, or over time during a season, if we get a lot of that, then we can deal with other flooding as the counties above us get a large amount of water, and that starts to impact us through our streams and rivers. Our areas around us have bad weather and we take evacuees in here. Once the need is determined by Emergency Management, then we work in partnership with the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, DFACS, and several other agencies. And we have predetermined shelter locations that are available to open as shelters. So that's a worst case scenario. Shelters are not a fun place. It means that you can't be at home. They're not comfortable, but we do have all of the resources in line, including the cots and supplies and all of that. All those things are trailered and ready in the event we should have to open shelters.
For more information about hurricane season and tips on how you can stay prepared, visit ready.ga.gov or visit the National Hurricane Center's website at nhc.noaa.gov. Thanks for watching this edition of the Valdosta Daily Times Online. I'm your host, news reporter Caitlin Barker. Have a great day.